When Gaijin implemented the Brimstone missile on board the EuroFighter and the Tornado, they added the capability for them to carry multiple missile systems, way more than any other aircraft at the time, carrying up to 16 air-to-ground missiles, which is a lot. Now, the turnoff was that they were laser guided. They had no fire and forget capabilities like the Maverick or KH-38s or even the Hammers. But with Gaijin now implementing much better SAM systems like the Iris-T and the Claws, it's about time that the Brimstone gets the fire and forget seeker head that it could carry in real life. Now, I do believe Gaijin should change or rework at least the EuroFighter to where it cannot carry 16 fire and forget Brimstones. The Brimstone is one of the most capable air-to-ground missiles in the world today. We don't need to see, at least at this time, 16 fire and forget missiles, especially if Gaijin were to implement it correctly. Now, I do think Gaijin should allow the EuroFighter to carry limited numbers of them, at least at the bare minimum 6. This brings their capabilities to very similar, like the Su-30SM and the F-15E and the other strike platforms for the US. 6 fire and forget missiles is not a big ask or a big change, and it wouldn't necessarily be anything too game breaking. This would allow the EuroFighter, which is a top tier platform for multiple nations, to be more dominant in CAS. Against these new AA systems, the EuroFighter isn't necessarily helpless, but fire and forget missiles would definitely make the job a lot easier and make it easier for the system to actually fully operate. Now, I understand Gaijin might not want to add the fire and forget Brimstones as their capable missile, but there really at this point is no reason not to. They can artificially nerf the amount the EuroFighter can carry, or just artificially nerf the missile if they're not ready to fully implement it. But the fact that the EuroFighter is a top tier CAS platform for 3 nations, Germany, the UK, and Italy, it really would make sense that they would get some form of fire and forget missiles, at least to stay relevant with the US's F-16s and F-15s, and to try to stay competitive with the Russian Su-34 and Su-30. Now, Gaijin, at the time when they implemented the Brimstones, did a good job in my opinion. The Brimstone is a very capable air-to-ground missile that a lot of players wanted, but it would have been too good at the time to implement it with the fire and forget capabilities. Gaijin decided not to do that and give it a laser IOG seeker, which I absolutely agreed with. But because we have these new AA systems in the game now, the EuroFighter is going to, well, struggle, as it already kind of does. Now, a good CAS player can absolutely counter these new SAM systems, but there's oftentimes just so many missiles that it overdraws and overbears a pilot, especially if he has to fly in a straight line to laser guide in his missile. I do think the EuroFighter can be more competitive, especially if it does get the fire and forget seeker head for the Brimstones. Again, keep in mind, they could carry it in limited numbers. They could carry him, Gaijin could even artificially nerf it. Just giving the EuroFighter a better fighting chance is all I'm asking for. It's not even that the aircraft itself is not capable, it's just that because it's a top tier platform for so many nations, it would make sense that its capabilities would be on par, or at least very similar to what we see on the Soviet and American CAS platforms. Anyways, let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Do you guys think that the Brimstone should get a fire and forget seeker? I personally think we should get a second version that is fire and forget and can be carried in limited numbers, but I want to know what your guys' thoughts are down below. If you guys are not already subscribed, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing. Join the Discord link down below in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.